was going to make a video trying to get this thing started. Started up the first pull. I ain't even started this thing in about 8 months. First pull. Never starts like that. You see the light works too. So, the only thing I can figure is, I tried some of these stabilized treatments before, but I've just used this one this time. STAR-TRON. This junk. I mean, I never got this thing started first pull after it's been sitting a long time. I was like, I don't believe this. I figured, let me just try this a bunch of times, see if it freaking does anything. That's just the first pull. I put it on choke, turned it on, turned the fuel on, turned the ignition on, turned the fuel on, and I have changed the oil on. The only thing I had to do was pump up the tires because they go soft after a long period of time. Man, that surprised the heck out of me, man. I've had this a long time too. I've had this since the hurricanes we came through here in 2003. So I've had this more than 15 years. It doesn't have too much use on it. It's a Vanguard motor. Briggs & Stratton Vanguard, which is made in Japan. It's a good Briggs, man. This particular Briggs is a good one, the Vanguard. Normally I got to take the bottom of the carburetor off, and you know, there's a little orifice in there. You got to poke with a needle to get the gum out of there, but nothing. I assume it's got to be this stuff. I tried other brands of, you know, we tried this stuff, stable. We tried that one here, PWs. That one's pretty good. Well, no, wait a minute, that's not. That's the this stuff here, PRIG. That means G is for gas. The other one for diesel. So I tried both of those things. I did put extra STAR-TRON in there, but man, that cranked up fine. You got to start these up though, not just because of the motor. What could happen is the head can lose its, I don't know, it's like charge or something, and then you won't be able to produce electricity. In other words, you can start it up and it won't produce electricity. The way to fix that is you take a drill and I'll show you a second here. Like, this thing isn't, like, if it started up and it's not pumping out electricity, you can see that was pumping electricity. That's why you got to start them up too, because somehow it's some real tricky process. I don't even know how it works to get the thing to generate electricity, but there's a simple way that usually works. You take a drill, you plug it in, this thing's running, right? And say you hit the trigger and it don't work. This is a variable speed drill. Start spinning it by hand, and then try to trigger, and 90% of the time that'll get it going again. It worked for me, and just because one time I think I let this sit like 2 years or something, a long time ago. Now I start it up every 6 months or so, just to make sure it works. And I got the gas one. I use a diesel one if I really got an emergency, and but I got the gas one to give the diesel one a break. So I'll run the diesel one about 23 hours or maybe 22 hours, and I'll run this for an hour or two. You know, just to let the diesel one cool down. Because I did the diesel one, freaking use that damn thing for months on end even, but as long as you're not running it constantly, give it a break every day. So this one will run an hour or two between the two of them. And between just an hour or two a day, ain't much. What I do too is I run the cords across here into the vent, the dryer vent, and I'll open this door up too, and I just run them in here. I'll run them right in here, just under here. So even if it's raining out or something, they don't get wet, and there's no fumes, and it's far enough away from the house that you don't hear it too bad, and so much sound protected in here. There's enough air blowing through here with these doors open that it ain't going to get hot in here for it. So I just run it over to the house that way. So, but man, I've never ever I think it's about 8 months I let this thing sit. Could be even more. I was getting worried. I said, boy, this thing's, I'm probably going to have to take the carburetor apart and, you know, and all this other garbage. First pull, runs fine. That's that stuff there, man. That stuff, I found out, you know, it fixed my Chevy too. I don't even want to mess with that thing. Not the El Camino, but the 2003 Chevy that's dual fuel that uses compressed natural gas and regular fuel. I don't want to ever mess with that electronics in that thing. It was acting up a little bit on the idle. I put that stuff in there. I put a bunch of it in there and cleared it right up. So, and I keep my extra plug right here. You know, gas generator, Vanguard engine. The extra plug right here. Got 2 extra plugs. Keep them right there. Put a big clear fuel filter on it instead of that little junky fuel filter. And you got to watch. You got to change those hoses every once in a while. The fuel hoses, they'll screw up. And even minor stuff like that, it'll screw up. Air filter, they don't seem to get dirty on this too much because I mean, I'm not running it in a dusty situation or nothing. They stayed clean all these years. They never changed it. But I usually put I think a straight weight in there or something, or 1540. Forgot what I put in the last time, but I know with the diesel generator, you got to put 1540 diesel. I might have put the same stuff in this thing too, because it's good for. I might have put straight weight. I forgot what I put in here. Maybe I put straight 30 weight. I found out that straight 30 weight, I know it works a lot better than lawnmowers, because like 1030, you don't want to run that in a lawnmower. That'll eat it up. So I figured that same thing with a generator too. You want, especially I'm in Florida, I mean 1030 might make sense in the wintertime and up north or something if you run this in the snow. Not in the heat. You want to run straight weight. As a matter of fact, I run straight 50 weight in a Harley. Straight 50 weight in this thing. I was running one time 2050. All these people tell you use that stuff. Actually, I use that big 5-gallon pail right there. I use that stuff, and I put door lube in it, and I just put a little engine restore in it too. I mean, you know, they tell you don't put those things in Harleys, but I think that's BS. I mean, some of that stuff, that door lube, and might save one of the parts on here that tends to go. It might be the what do you call it? I think it's off the oil pressure or something that's seared. That could wear out after a while. That drives your oil pump. Well, I found out that door lube works good in the transmission on here. Really good. I've never had a problem ever since I changed out the. I don't know. It's like a little. I forgot what it is. It's on a shifter mechanism that breaks typically on those things. It's a $4 part. You got to pull the transmission out, and I started running a little bit of door lube in there, just an additive in the transmission. I noticed it's real easy to shift. It's real easy to get neutral at a stoplight or downshift and real slow speeds and stuff. And it never wore out that little piece that goes in there that rocks back and forth. I don't know what the hell you call it. It's a shifter pole or something. Forgot what it's called. It's $4 part, but you got to pull the whole transmission out. And that thing broke after like a year. I've had that bike, and then now I've had the bike. I don't know, 30 years. And so the next 29 years I've been using it. That never broke. So is that the door lube additive? I think so. Don't tell me some of these additives don't work good. Sometimes they work. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes you got to change a part. Sometimes they work so damn good you never have to freaking change that part because maybe it was just dirty or something, or maybe it keeps the new parts lasting longer. Some of these additives work. Sometimes in certain situations. They're not all snake oil. You know, they can rebuild your engine, but sometimes they work. But this additive, holy smokes. I'm going to put a little more in there just to make sure everything's cool. Because maybe, well, you know what else too? See, I covered up my vent cap. Like if I ran this, I'd have to, that's another thing I did. I'd have to unscrew this just a hair. That's another thing, probably because it wasn't picking up any fuel moisture from the air, which would gum up the gas. But then again, the gas that was in the carburetor didn't gum up. I think that's because of this stuff. Put a little bit in there. That's a whole bunch for freaking five gallons. So, huh. Damn. Anyway, I'll tell you what, you know, even though I work in an accounting office, and I still do, it's like I know much other stuff, and I like doing this kind of stuff too a lot, because there's a lot of little tricks you can learn, and people that are in the office all the time, they don't know it. Like, here's my manual tire changer, and I got a bubble balancer down here, but you know what I found out? I'd used the lead beads. They work pretty good too, and I scared Dixie Cat away when I started that up. He was laying right there. Alright, so you can come outside, go find your brother Dixie. Anyway, boy, that saved me a freaking hour or two right there messing around with that. I thought I was gonna be like cleaning plugs and pulling that thing apart. Alright, tell you, now if this is an emergency, boom, start right up. I gotta start this one up, but I don't want to steer any cats, so I'll probably do that one tomorrow. I know that one's gonna start. That's a diesel one. Changed some fuel lines in it and stuff before, and probably should put the battery charger on it. Get it all good to go. I got my motorcycle Odyssey battery running that on this one. The old Odyssey. That thing it was in a bike 6 years, and freaking I finally changed it to some souped up battery, and still good enough for the generator though. I think that's what I'm going to do in the future. I'm going to get a heavy duty motorcycle battery for the generators instead of one of those lawn and garden batteries. I had a really strong lawn and garden battery in there, but it was powerful, but it wasn't durable. So it broke after a couple years or so. That Odyssey, that thing probably lasted 10 years. Oh, there's Dixie right there. I scared him. There he is. You scared, you little boo-boo? He scared you with that big generator noise? Eh? What's up, boobs? We've got treats for you. Freaking brother. Got his treats right here. Catnip. Maybe I'll put these brake shoes in a Chevy. I don't really need it right now, but probably gotta do that. Where am I? Cooter's badge, Cooter's garage. So, anyway, over now. So, yeah, here's the old clutch. I gotta paint this orange and hang it up on a wall somewhere. I mean, in there, not in the living room. I'm talking about. That'd be really hardcore if you put that in the living room. Clutch, you know, decor. You do these things. All right, Snooky, say goodbye. Meow, huh? He's a friend. He's a dog cat. This guy, he's real friendly, but he don't like it inside, man. He's terrorized by it being inside. He feels safe and go out in the woods over there with the raccoons, and he feels safer. But he's a rebel. He's a Dixie cat, little guy. He's got all the spunk though, right, Bubba? Good guy.